We have our domestic animals, which are the dolphins.
In all of my years of coming to Greece, I've never seen a dolphin here.
Never.
Never. Like everyone's like, oh my, they're all over Greece. I'm like, where? I am obsessed with dolphins.
You used to work in dolphin assisted therapy.
I did dolphin therapy for children with special needs. I have a dolphin tattoo. I wear dolphin jewelry on a daily basis. So I'm putting it out there. Today, we are seeing dolphins. And I'm sorry already, guys, you're gonna hear me screaming.
Katina, turn.
Oh my God! Hi! Oh my God! Hi! 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 Hi!
So how did we end up here, cruising the waters around Rhodes? Well, in our last episode, we strolled through Rhodes' Old Town with our history guru, Spiros. Little did we know what we were in for when he introduced us to Savvas, who just knew we'd be hooked on what Blutopia was doing for the future. Fast forward to a dinner invite, and suddenly we were in for a surprise we never saw coming.
You are lucky because we harvest mega today.
Oh.
You're going to taste it now.
That's why we're here.
Brown mega. Harvested this morning. This is the eggs of the fish. Llamas.
Llamas.
We are the ones globally to make our fish farm as touristic attraction.
Over dinner, Savvas shared his big vision, using fish farming not just to feed us, but to blend education, environment, and recreation into one seamless and sensational experience.
We talk about the overfishing of oceans and a lot of the populations are going down. Do you feel like fish farming in a method like what you're doing is the answer to make sure overfishing doesn't happen, like to help convert fishermen to more sustainable farming methods?
This is why we promote aquaculture.
So this is the fish farm of philosophies. This is called open water finfish aquaculture. That's how we produce fish in the Mediterranean Sea and in Europe in general. So we have the cages, we have the net that goes down to 8 meters, and we have organisms living in there. We produce sea bream, sea bass, red bream, and meager. When you bring fish into your plate, you either get it from fisheries or aquaculture. Fisheries are not as sustainable as we thought it was. You have the so-called overfishing. You have a lot of examples of population collapses. From 2015 onwards, based on Food and Agriculture Organization, fisheries and aquaculture met together in terms of production, and then aquaculture excelled. So globally, we produce more from aquaculture than fisheries. The demand is growing. However, fishing cannot sustain this demand. Therefore, we need to increase aquaculture.
But you might be wondering, what does all of this have to do with dolphins? Well, as the resident dolphin lover, I was already highly engaged when marine biologists Savvas and Tassos explained how their efforts at Blutopia are creating ripples of positive change throughout the entire ecosystem.
The tunas that they swim under the cages because they find protection, so do the dolphins.
Wow.
And food, because we feed the fish every day.
And what happens? Life aggregates. In scientific terms, fish farms are called aggregating devices of life. And under good water quality, you have smaller fish eating the waste outside the cages, bigger fish eating the smaller fish. That's why we have dolphins. Dolphins find a regular food supply. They stay here, and because they stay here, they are protected. Because indirectly, a fish farm is a protected area, it's a private land. No human development, no hotels, no marine traffic, no fishing. All these are stressors which come to the sea. So like the combination of very few stressors and food availability brings life. Because we aggregate life, it's a very good platform to bring people over to show them wildlife.
And of course, you can see all the friends of the sea, which are the dolphins, the tunas, and many, many, many fish that they find a shelter.
So we try to show the positive things of aquaculture. This, in my opinion, is the best commercial we can do in fish farming. People, it's not that they are negative about aquaculture, they just don't know. So we try to offer them the information for them to understand truly what aquaculture is and what it can do.
This ceviche is absolutely amazing, if not the best ceviche I've ever had.
Very nice to hear that.
So good.
By the way, this is tuna fish.
Oh, perfect.
After becoming a marine biologist, Savvas started by inviting his skeptical friends, who thought fish farming was kinda fishy. But after seeing the pristine conditions and quality of their fish for themselves, they had a change of heart. Now the word is out, and this unique excursion is making waves, and more people are hopping on board.
Here you can see Macri Island. It's very good because first it offers protection from the winds and the waves, wave breaker, wind breaker, and also it's very deep. Here it's almost 200 meters deep. So all the wave that goes down, with the help of the strong currents, gets dispersed nicely. Therefore, the water quality is good. If the water quality is good, the welfare of the fish is good. It means the fish don't get stressed. When the fish get stressed, they get sick. You use pharmaceuticals. So if the conditions are optimal, the welfare of the fish is good, so you have less likelihood of you getting disease or anything. So what we do is we select one cage, we know this cage is ready to be harvested, we make the plan, and then we come and we deploy another net inside a fishing net, inside this net. People from both sides start pulling and we encircle the fish. You need to be very smart because when the boss is asking you to harvest 2 tons, you need to encircle approximately 2 tons. If you encircle more, the ones that you're not gonna get stressed. The people working here are very wise and they are very skillful.
Yes, thank you so much. This is absolutely amazing.
Not yet. Taste it first.
This is so delicious. I like how light and buttery the meat is.
Just when we thought the day couldn't get any better, we headed off to a tiny, secluded island called Alimia, where the population is a grand total of 2. Kostas and his wife moved here to restore the monastery during the pandemic. On this nearly deserted island, we explored, relaxed, and feasted on farm-fresh fish, cooked up by the island's one and only chef, Kostas himself.
The sea is 3/4 of the planet Earth. Fisheries in general are declining. The future has to be based on farm animals from the sea. That can be either algae or oysters or mussels or fish, whatever can grow from the sea.
You're naming all the things I like to eat, so it sounds good to me.
Because you're a dolphin.
After such an unbelievable experience, the best boat tour we've ever taken, it feels like we've only skimmed the surface of what Rhodes has to offer. We journeyed through time in Old Town with Spiros and had a once-in-a-lifetime adventure with Blutopia. But there's more to see. Click here to join us as we explore beautiful Lindos, discover stunning beaches, and uncover even more hidden gems as we wrap up our incredible journey on the island of Rhodes.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to follow along.